Against, carried. Item 9, communication engagement approach. Welcome Kenneth and Wendy, I believe. So who's going to lead off? Thanks. Ken?
Tauwha, Kenneth Elapatia here. I've just returned from holiday, but my team here, who are well briefed on what we'll go through, are ready to answer any questions. I'm also across the material as well. We have Emma Cottrell from Comms, Wendy Phillip again from the engagement team, and Warren Marshall as well from the Citizen Engagement Insights team to assist with answering questions.
Any questions for this team? Councillor Walker.
Back to my earlier question, Madam Chair, I'm assuming that the consultation and engaging also embraces the CCO review. Given that situation, and picking up on the issue that Councillor Newman raised around stakeholders, and particularly regional stakeholders, and given that the CCO review is regional by nature, how do we get on if a number of people have identified as wanting to speak to us in person, and it's more than the time allowed? I'm mindful, just by way of background, that there are any number of organisations that I'm familiar with that I could list out that I think will want to engage and will want to engage with us in person. So how do we get on there?
I think the best person to answer that question is the CCO review team. Alistair, Claire?
I'll just ask Claire to come forward. Thanks, Warren.
Thank you. Through the chair, we aren't holding a regional stakeholder event with the independent panel. We are holding 4 drop-in events which are being promoted, and the panel, we are sending out a letter to regional stakeholders inviting them to provide written submissions to the panel. If they feel that they really want to speak with the panel are going to consider that on a case-by-case basis to ensure they've got representation.
Just
Thank you.
Further to that, this decision to not have effectively an opportunity for people unless they've obviously requested it, and no doubt there are some hurdles to go through in terms of substantiating that. Is that a decision that we make, or is this a decision that the CCO Review Commission make?
Through the channel, it is the independent panel's decision. They are holding 4 events for stakeholders and people to attend should they wish to drop in and talk to them directly. So it's not that they're not holding one event, they're holding 4 separate events.
And how is that information being communicated? Is that being communicated by us as part of our consultation and engagement, and we're promoting it through our Auckland and whatever channels we can?
Emma?
Through the chair, yeah, we are using our Auckland. We are piggybacking on the information that's going out as part of the consultation for the annual budget. We're using social media channels. And there's a dedicated page as well set up on the Auckland Council website, which we will be publicising as well and sending out that link where we can. Thank you.
Okay.
And just through we will also be including that information in the letters that we are sending out.
Okay, and in terms of consultation and engagement, one of the stakeholders are effectively councillors. What opportunity is there for councillors to present to the CCO, Council Controlled Organisation Review Commission?
So through the chair, we have a governing body workshop with the panel on the 17th. We are providing progress reports to the CCO Oversight Committee, and at that governing body workshop, the panel will be indicating that if there are councillors that wish to speak to them directly, they're happy to do that. I have actually already set up a couple of meetings with particular councillors and the panel, so that opportunity is there as well.
And the other question I've got, again, goes to an issue that Councillor Newman raised about regional stakeholders. How are we identifying stakeholders, particularly stakeholders for the CCO review? Are we assisting that? And I'm asking that question because the Commission itself may be less familiar, because they're only coming to things rather recently, as to who those individuals and groups might be.
Councillor, remember you would have got an email asking any regional stakeholders, all right? And to date, I don't think we have had any councillors who have responded, but that email is in your inbox, so feel free to respond.
Sure, I'm aware of that. I'm just asking this publicly because obviously this gives an opportunity for the people of Auckland to understand what's happening.
So through the chair, the CCOs have been asked to provide a list of some of their key customers and stakeholders. We have gone back through some of our previous material, and we know who are the interested parties with regard to CCOs, and we have also asked councillors, as per the email that the chair mentioned, to provide us with their contact list.
I think Councillor Watson brought up at the workshop too. Councillor Sayers.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I was just seeking clarification around the CCO review and the opportunity for councillors to participate, so that question's been addressed. Thank you.
Any other questions? Any other comment? Sorry, Councillor Walker, another one?
I have a rather general question. I don't need an answer to it now, but my experience as a councillor over some terms now is that the amount of engagement that is occurring, particularly the opportunity for people to engage directly with councillors, is reducing each year. Do we monitor our engagement over time?
Ken?
Through the chair, yes, we do. And I'm happy to come back to you after this meeting to take you through those numbers. We keep a note of the number of people who attend Have Your Say events, the number of submissions made, the channels through which those submissions are made. That data is kept, and it allows us to better build on the knowledge that we gain every year to provide a more fit-for-purpose engagement approach that suits our communities. So yes, that data is available and helps to inform the approach that we develop each year.
Thank you. Just checking, no more comments? Right, just reminding you there's a slight amendment. Your Worship, apologies. We missed you out of listening to the public, but you're in there now. Under B, number 1. So I will move those resolutions. Do I have a seconder? Member Typhree. Thank you. All those in favour say aye. Thank you. Item 10. Extraordinary business. My understanding there isn't any, so it gives me great pleasure to close this meeting at 10:25. We'll have a 5-minute break and then... Oh, no, sorry.
Sorry, Madam Chair, just for information of councillors, we have advertised the GB for 11:30, thinking this may have taken a bit longer. Having advertised that, we don't have the flexibility to change that, so we're going to have to reconvene for the governing body to discuss and consider accepting the recommendations of this committee starting at 11:30.
Thank you for that. Well, we'll have a large 5-minute break. Thank you.